In this video, I want to walk you through how to prepare for your listing appointments, and particularly what are the type of data and statistics you want to take with you. Remember, anytime you're working with your clients, it's often we feel that sometimes we need to have the right information and we need to know everything. Remember, it doesn't have to be based on opinion, and you don't need to come with your own suggestions and recommendations. I mean, that would be great and that will make you a very specialized, skilled realtor. But if you're new to this industry, remember you can leverage the data and stats that are given to you by your real estate board. And these are factual information, credible informations that are coming directly from an authority like a Toronto Real Estate Board or something, depending on wherever you are located and your market. So these videos, of course, just wanted to make sure that you understand I'm using and sharing some of my own experience that worked for me. And this is not the only way to do it. So always remember that depending on your real estate board or depending on the way that you do your listing presentations, you can bring in different strategies to make it that much powerful. So in a moment, I'm going to share my screen and share with you some of my tactics and how I bring these data to kind of life in a listing presentation. My name is Tharmila Rajasingam. I'm a real estate agent with eXp Realty Brokerage, and I'm also a kvCORE peer coach. And in this channel, I talk about everything real estate marketing, from lead generation to systems, process, name it, I share it here. And the reason why I do it again is a lot of it is coming from my own experience of what worked for me, giving you kind of a glimpse into what it's like if you were to work with me and partner with me at our brokerage. And once again, if this is your first time coming, please hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when new content get posted, and you can be part of my YouTube journey as well. And please, if you're looking to work with me, partner with me at eXp Realty Brokerage, you can get all the information in the link in the description below. And I'll be happy to meet with you one-on-one and share all of our resources and trainings and everything that comes with our brokerage and what we offer. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen as mentioned, and I'm going to zoom right into the type of content and information that I use for my listing presentations. Stay with me. First and foremost, I'm actually going to zoom into this so that you can see it a little bit more clearly. So, couple of things. First and foremost, obviously, you want to take comparable data with you. You want to take a really good comparable, a CMA, a comparable market analysis. This is looking at the property that you're going to get a tour, you're going for a listing presentation. You may or may not know information and details about the property, but take something with you. And I know you want to give them an accurate, robust, comparable market analysis after going through a thorough walkthrough of the property. You want to really look at the condition of the property. However, have something in mind, because I've been to a listing presentations where they were expecting for me to know what the property would go for. And luckily, I had the most accurate data available. So I pulled up all the properties in that area closest to that property that was the most exact in terms of comparables, from the size of the property, the amount of bedrooms, the quality, the conditions, and also the time period. And I try to look for at least closest to less than 3 months, but more 30 days, especially if there's a lot of activities happening in the area. And of course, if we can't find something closer than that area, then I will try to go to a community that is very similar, kind of branching out. But again, getting a really good idea of what property of that size, a property of those particulars are going for, is going to help you kind of be a little bit more prepared, because trust me, you don't know what the client is going to ask, and you want to make sure you have all the right information. So that being said, besides the compares of those properties, the other thing that I like to take with me is, depending on what real estate board you're part of or community or market, remember your real estate board has a lot of factual information that they bring in. They do a lot of research and are pulling in on a monthly basis. And I'm in Toronto and I'm part of the Toronto Real Estate Board, Regional Real Estate Board. And I can simply Google this. I'm not even going into any of the back end to try to show you information that isn't available to the public. You can even tell your clients this: hey, if you Google real estate community stats TREB, you could pull up this information. And the reason why this is so important is because you're telling them, hey, I brought you credible information from an authority figure, and a real, someone who is really pulling these data and the source of where this information is coming from. So it's not all based on opinion. And even when I'm sharing opinion and suggestions and recommendations, they're still rooted in factual information. And I love, and that's another thing, even though I'm a very creative person, I'm very analytical, and I love using data to support any of my conversations because that's going to make it that much more robust. So here it is right here, community reports. I love this information because pulls the information to the last quarter. So let's say for this year in 2024, we're going to go to the last quarter, Q1, because at the time of filming this recording, we're in May. And depending on, your community and the regions you want to pull, for example, I'm in Durham region. Let's say I'm in Toronto, but for the sake of this training, I'm just going to pull up Ajax, for example. Again, just for conversational perspective, let's say if a property that you're looking to help out happens to be in Northwest Ajax, what I like to do is I like to go to directly to the Ajax Northwest and find that information right here. Was it Northwest or Northeast that I looked at? Northwest. So let's go Northwest just for training purposes only. I'm just giving you an example. I take the screenshot, and if you've seen my video on how I prep for a listing presentation, I actually screenshot this and I put them in a PowerPoint, and I actually take that with me in my laptop and I pull it up and I have a conversation with my clients at their place or in a coffee shop after looking at the place, whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever it feels comfortable for the client and my listing client, my seller client. And what I do, like, I sit with them and show them, hey, your community, here are the type of properties and the activities that are taking place in your area. Let's say the property is a detached house. You can say the number of transactions in the last quarter were 16 for detached house. There's some activities that are happening, and the average selling price for a detached home is going around here. And then you can again refer to particular properties that you may have pulled from comparables. So they're looking at real data. And then you could tell them the number of new listings that are going up. Again, trying to give them a really good idea of when to list a property if there's, again, flexibility with the timing. Some people may not. They need to get the property up. And so really working out with your client and what's important to them and making sure their best interest is the most important is key here. And I also like to pull data and talk about average days on market. Remember, sometimes, and you probably heard this if you're a real estate agent. If you've had I've had listings where I had clients tell me, oh my goodness, the property's been on market for X number of days, maybe, and they think it's you as a real estate agent or that you didn't do the right thing to get the property. But sometimes if they're really knowledgeable and if you prep them ahead of time about the market, that obviously you are the go-to agent, you're super skilled, and you're going to do everything you can to get this property in front of as many people as possible and get this sold. However, you also want to be realistic. You do not ever want to mislead or overpromise anything that we cannot deliver on. The market is the market. The property is the property. Yes, you can stage it. There's lots of different strategy, pricing strategy. You could do a lot of different things in order to get it sold. You can run ads. I get it. However, the market is the market at the end of the day, and you want to get them prepared and let them know, hey, here are all the things I'm going to do for you. However, here are some stats that I want you to be aware of. On average, out of all the properties that sold in the last quarter, detached homes, they've been on the market on average. Again, it's very key that they know it's on average 16 days. That doesn't mean that their property might not get sold in 10 days, 11 days, 5 days, maybe on the day that it gets posted. We never know. And sometimes I've had properties for clients where I haven't even seen it and we had to put an offer in because that's how much they wanted that property in that location. So it really depends. But anyways, this is one of my go-to key information and it's publicly available. So I love that. And so if you can find information like that in your market that is publicly available that you can pull, take with you and create a narrative and walk them through and prepping your clients for that listing coming up and they're prepping them for the market is so important. And one of my key things that I love to do with my listing, my seller clients is that I have a Word document in Google, a Google Doc that I share with them. It's live, and every single day I update with key information and insights. For example, if I had an agent that called me and told me that they didn't like certain things about the property, what they're expecting to bring in for an offer, I like to communicate all of that in real time. And that's just a tactic that I've always done, and I liked it. And it keeps everyone just not assuming. And that's one of the biggest importance that you want to do is not have your clients go in circle thinking that they choose the wrong person, the property's on the market for a long time, especially if they're in a hurry to sell. And trust me, I've had a transaction that was like this. So you want to be the agent that's giving them as much as information as possible. You're making sure they're calm, not assuming anything, and you're giving them information that, again, factual. And I love it when it's the numbers and it's measurable. I hope that was helpful for you. I really think that it's really important that you take these information with you so that you're better prepared. It's going to make you the not just a really good skilled agent, but it also shows that you care and that you know what you're doing and that they have the right person in their corner to help them with their transaction. I hope this was helpful for you. Once again, everything I share here is from my own experience and what worked for me. And I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Leave it in the comment section below. And once again, if you want to work with me and partner with me at our brokerage, eXp Realty Brokerage, please let me know. There's a link in the description below. You can click on it, book a call. I'll be happy to meet with you. I'll see you next time.